أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. By the barakah of Sidi Shaykh, Sidi Mohamed Faouzi al-Karkari قدس الله سره. Notes from lecture of May 3rd, 2023, part 2. Before starting this video, I would like to state that this work would never have seen the light without Sidi Shaykh. If something is wrong, it will be from myself, and everything that is correct is from Sidi Shaykh. In the first part of this lecture, Sidi Shaykh spoke about the difference between a knower of God, an unknower of God, and AI. He also spoke about the difference between acquiring knowledge from books, AI, and through living a spiritual experience. In the next part of the lecture, Sidi Shaykh was asked by the AI expert about his views as a Sufi Shaykh regarding the use of AI to achieve spiritual elevation, taraqi, and spiritual wayfaring, suluk. Sidi Shaykh explained that unlike universities where students receive lessons and information, memorize them and then present their understanding, in the tariqah, students receive the foundation through direct experience and direct testing, dhawq. This was the case for all the prophets, from Sayyidina Musa, Sayyidina Isa, to the Prophet Mohamed sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi wa sallam. They all underwent spiritual experiences. Thus, the disciple cannot speak of knowledge without living the experience in his spiritual journey. In this way, his expression of knowledge becomes clearer and closer to true understanding than simply hearing, memorizing, and repetition, which is similar to a recorded tape. AI functions as a repository of information. When asked a question, it connects this information through its intelligence and delivers a preformed response that does not require effort or searching. However, without effort, one cannot test the reality of things. In contrast, a human who has lived the experience, when asked, responds from the depth of their heart. Their response embodies a luminous charge and a higher spiritual energy. It touches the depth of the listener and it performs its function with excellence. In the next question, Sidi Shaykh was asked about the relationship between the body and the spirit, ar-ruh, and when a human being stops to be human. For example, some people live with an implanted heart or devices that replace cognitive functions like concentration. So, if parts of the body and cognitive functions are replaced with computer chips, at what point does a human cease to be human? Sidi Shaykh started his response by mentioning that Adam alayhi salam was created from baked clay, like pottery. This means that Allah created him from clay, water, fire, and wind. The word, al-kawn, was built with these four materials, and so the human was created from what the world is built with. The clay represents earth, the wind represents space, al-fada, the fire represents movement, and the water represents life, or transformation from one state to another. Sidi Shaykh referenced Allah saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and made from water every living thing, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ. So the human body is complete. The human has perfection in his body. His image is perfect, because he was created by the Creator, and he made him his vicegerent, Khalifa, on earth. Sidi Shaykh added that this vicegerency is according to the spiritual breath and nafkha ruhiyya that Allah has blown into him. He created his body with perfection and blew into him from his perfection, which is the spiritual breath that represents the command of Lordship, Amriyatul Rububiyyah. Later in his response, Sidi Shaykh talked about heart transplants. He mentioned that in the tariqah, there are people who live with a heart transplanted from someone else. When a person receives a heart transplant, they keep the same concentration, feelings, perception, and natural disposition, fitra. On the other hand, if the heart is replaced with a chip, even though it will perform the same function as the human heart, which is to give and receive blood, or to move the blood in the body, but of course it will not feel the same as the human heart, and it will not perform the spiritual function of the heart. It's as if the body harmonized with the soul, and the soul harmonized with the body. The body is prepared for the soul, and the soul is prepared for this body. They are twins within one person. Sidi Shaykh added that the human can be creative in the creation of a device that collects information and performs functions, but this device does not feel. It cannot taste the taste of food. It cannot taste the taste of love. It cannot taste the meaning of mercy, the meaning of tolerance. It does not have values and principles. For instance, if one stays in front of the device and the device recognizes him, and then it changes his appearances and his outward form, the device would not recognize him. If this person does the same with humans, they will certainly recognize him. Addressing the present audience, Sidi Shaykh said, "If I look at you with a look of love, with a look of compassion, love will flow between us, and there will be a bond between us, even though I do not speak. As soon as I sit and look at you with a look of compassion, mercy, and love, there will be a spiritual connection between us." Sidi Shaykh added that this device cannot understand these aspects. Moreover, in terms of touching, humans can differentiate between a touch of love, a touch of violence, and a touch of warning, but the device cannot. Humans can communicate with each other through these aspects, such as touching and sensations, because humans were created by the Creator, Al-Khaliq, with perfection, Kamal. It doesn't necessarily require words or expression. Communication can be based simply on a glance, a word, a sound, a movement, a color, or any other form of perception. Sidi Shaykh added that an AI lacks any understanding of these matters. It does not possess even an atom's weight of them. While it stores information and performs functions useful for this generation, it undermines human qualities, particularly affecting the human heart. This is why the new generation is morally adrift, feeling a sense of emptiness within themselves. They do not understand the language that flows between the father and the son, between the husband and the wife. They only have a desire that they want to fulfill. It's a ready fruit, and they do not learn how to achieve it. Sidi Shaykh also added that if one raises an animal, like a cat or a dog, they can interact with and bond with it, even though it does not have a mind, because an animal has a soul. In contrast, a machine cannot experience this. So that was all for this video. Alhamdulillah الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا إن هدانا الله. لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق. اللهم لك الحمد، اللهم لك الحمد، اللهم لك الحمد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم، وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون، وسلام على المرسلين، والحمد لله رب العالمين.